What is going on, y'all? This will be a GTSM show recap. I'll have some stories and all that. So today is Monday. I came back from the GTSM show up in Sterling, Virginia, late last night. I pulled in the driveway, and about 10 minutes later, Mike, baseball collector, called me, and we were doing an episode of Beyond Cardboard. Which I thought was really cool. I think Mike is really onto something there. Really cool thing. So, for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months now, I knew I was going to go to this GTSM show, and it was going to be a couple weeks before I would go on deployment, which it is. Actually, tomorrow's Tuesday, so it'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow. Kind of like one big last hurrah, blowing my freaking cash load at the show, having a good time with me and my wife. The kids are going to stay here, and it was a good time. So we were on our way up, super excited on Friday night. We're about 10-15 miles from Sterling, Virginia, and I got an email from PayPal saying that GTSM refunded me some money. I guess Fred Blitnikoff canceled, which really sucked, man, because I had a 1965 rookie card I really wanted to get signed. And if any of y'all remember my New Year's resolutions, hobby resolutions, if you will, this was one of the top 5 cards I wanted to get this year. So that kind of stinks. So that was that. Jameis Winston canceled. Who else, man? There was like a handful of people that just kept canceling. I wasn't going to get Winston. Here's a guy that I didn't plan on getting, but after Fred Blitnikoff canceled, I had some extra money. I got Christian McCaffrey, so I bought these cards. Man, that glare's terrible. I bought these cards at the show. Man, that lighting's even worse. So really happy to add these, and then this one's like a Prism. Rookie Prism autograph. Dang, you really can't even see the autograph, can you? Maybe right there if I use the glare in my favor. So really cool. I used a deco, a blue deco pen, I think they're called. I've never used a paint pen on a card, and I just kind of rolled the dice hoping that it would work, and so I think it turned out really nice. The first guy I got was early Saturday morning. I got Ronnie Lott, and I asked him to inscribe Hitman and Hall of Fame, so he did. Turned out really nice, I think. Really nothing good or bad really to say about Ronnie Lott. He was cool, cordial, not the nicest guy ever, but you know, not an asshole either. So that was cool. Then after him was Kurt Warner. Super nice guy. So I've only ever heard really nice things about Kurt Warner, and he lived up to the rumors and the expectations I had of him. So I got him on this rookie card, this Ovation, I believe it is, Upper Deck Ovations, or Black Diamond. I had him inscribed Hall of Fame 17. And then literally minutes before I walked up there, I was like, you know what? Because the show itself, like the tables at the show, were horrible, man. Freaking horrible. So I had a ton of extra money that I planned on spending on cards, but there were no cards to buy. So that's why I added the Greatest Show on Turf inscription. So this rookie actually has 2 inscriptions. After him was, who was it after him? Ray Lewis was after him. So I've heard different things, mixed calls on how he is out in public. And he was really cool, man, like really cool. He was taking pictures with people, shaking their hands. He has some big freaking hands, man. And I gave him this Bowman's Best, this 96? Yep, 1996 Bowman's Best Rookie Refractor. I got this right, I mean, literally 20-30 minutes after the news of who was getting inducted. It was for a pretty decent price, and they have really, really gone up since then. So happy to add him. Trying to knock out as many of this 2018 class as possible, and as soon as possible. So I got Ray Lewis. I have a package back there behind me. I'm sending in for a Brian Dawkins signing, getting him, and Jerry Kramer in that same package, or actually a package above it. I'm sending into Jerry Kramer at the CSA show to get him. Nothing. I got no news on if there's going to be a Randy Moss signing anytime in the future, and same with T.O. I haven't heard anything from him. And who else? Brian Urlacher does have a signing going on at CSA. I just don't have the funds. I've been spending a ton of money. So the last guy I met, not the last card I'm going to show, but the last guy I met that day, literally I got him to sign it and I walked out the door and we got in the truck and left, was LaDainian Tomlinson. I had him sign this 2001 Bowman Chrome Refractor rookie card. This thing's numbered to 1999. And so after I got the Christian McCaffrey on the using the deco pen, I was like, man, why not use it on this refractor? And this autograph is just insane in person, man. I mean, it is crazy. So I think from here on out, I'm going to be a big fan of using these deco pens on like high gloss cards. He was a really cool guy. I always like to ask these guys, like running backs and linebackers, the guys that took a lot of contact, you know, how are they feeling? How's their body treating them? And I asked him, like, man, how's your body holding up? He's like, man, I feel fabulous, man. He's like, I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. So he was born in 79, which makes him, what, like 38, 39 years old, something like that. So he's still a really young man. Really young man. So my favorite one of the weekend, and this will be the last card I'll show in this video, was Terry Bradshaw. I seen him. I was actually in an area where I could see behind the curtain for a while, and he was cutting up and telling jokes, and kind of like exactly what you see on TV is kind of his personality. And he came out, and the crowd, I don't want to say the crowd went wild, but it was the loudest I heard the crowd all weekend. And he was like, oh yes, a standing ovation. So it was really funny. I will say he looks a whole lot older in person than he does on camera. So I think they put a ton of makeup on him on the set, which I know they put makeup on those dudes. But he signed the card, and then I did pay for the Hall of Fame inscription. When I asked him to sign the Hall of Fame inscription, he, man, it literally took him at least 20 seconds, I would say, to write Hall of Fame 89. I did notice he has the shakes real bad. His hands, it's not all over anywhere else like his shoulders or anything, but as far as his hands and his fingertips, they shake really bad, which kind of sucks. I mean, I assume it'll happen to most of us, God willing. You get a little older. But I just had no idea Terry Bradshaw was that old, or, you know, had the shakes or anything like that. Because on TV, man, he seems like he's always just cutting up, having a freaking blast and all that. But he was a hell of a guy in person, really funny, really personable. I got a picture with him as well. And if I knew how to edit stuff, I would put the picture right here. But I don't know how to do it, so I didn't do it. So that is that. I'm getting out the March PSA DNA submission tomorrow, which will be March the 27th. And hopefully that one will be quicker than the January submission. So that is that. So till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye, toodles.